Okay, so have you heard about ashwagandha? Like, everyone's talking about it for stress, right?
Yeah, it's getting pretty popular.
We were curious too, so uh, we decided to do a deep dive.
A deep dive.
Yeah, really get into it. We found these excerpts from a German scientific review.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it looks at all these studies on ashwagandha,
Okay.
but specifically how it affects cortisol.
According.
The stress hormone.
Right, right.
So we thought, let's see if it actually lives up to all the hype.
Yeah, does it really help with stress? I mean, it's a big question a lot of people have.
Especially these days, right?
Oh, absolutely.
It feels like everyone's stressed out.
Constantly.
And this review, it jumps right into that.
It does.
Like right away, it talks about chronic stress.
Yeah, chronic stress is it's a big problem.
A huge problem.
Global health concern.
For sure.
And it's linked to so many things like heart disease, diabetes,
Oh, yeah.
mental health issues too,
Absolutely.
depression, anxiety.
Well, hair
Yeah, and modern life, it's
doesn't help.
like it's designed to stress us out.
Yeah, right. We're constantly juggling everything.
It's nonstop.
So that's why we were so interested in this ashwagandha thing. Like,
Right.
could it be a natural way to deal with all this pressure?
Yeah, that's the hope, right?
But before we get into all that,
Yeah.
can you give us, like, a quick rundown on ashwagandha? Like, what is it?
Sure. So ashwagandha, it's been around for centuries, actually.
Really?
Yeah. It has roots in Ayurveda,
Ayurveda?
the traditional Indian system of medicine,
Okay.
and also in traditional Chinese medicine.
Oh, wow.
So it's been used for a long time to reduce stress and support overall well-being.
Interesting.
But the review, it really stresses the need for, good scientific
Makes
evidence
sense.
to back up those
Okay,
claims.
we got to see the research, right?
Exactly.
And they even break down some of its chemical components,
Right.
like with phthalate, alkaloids.
Lithanolyzed alkaloids, lactones, flavonoids.
Wow. I'm not even going to try to pronounce all of those,
It's a mouthful.
but it sounds pretty powerful.
Yeah, definitely more than just your average herb.
Right. So what about the studies? Did they show any, like, good results?
Well, they start by looking at animal studies,
Animal studies.
which, they're not always directly applicable to humans,
Yeah.
but they can give us some clues.
Yeah, some hints.
And one study they highlighted, they found that when rats were given ashwagandha extract
Okay.
before being stressed out, their cortisol levels were lower.
Hmm.
And also their ascorbic acid levels.
Ascorbic acid.
Yeah. And to stress them out, they
Oh, how'd they do that?
they made them swim.
Ah, poor rats.
Yeah, I don't think they enjoyed that very much.
Probably not.
But anyway, so lower cortisol.
So, promising results in rats.
Yeah, but what about humans, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's the big question. Did they find anything similar in people?
They did, actually.
Okay, good.
They point to a human study from 2012, a double-blind, placebo-controlled study, which is like the gold standard in research.
Gotcha.
It eliminates bias.
Yeah, so it's more reliable.
Exactly. And they had 64 participants, all dealing with chronic stress.
Okay.
Some got ashwagandha extract, others got a placebo.
So like a sugar pill.
Yeah, basically. And you know what?
Huh.
The ashwagandha group, they had a significant decrease in cortisol.
Really?
And they even reported feeling less stressed.
Wow, so it actually worked.
It seems like it, yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
Pretty promising, yeah.
Oh, okay, so maybe ashwagandha does live up to the hype?
Maybe so.
But were there any studies that, like, showed it wasn't so effective?
Well, they also looked at a meta-analysis from 2021.
A meta-analysis, what's that?
It combines the results of multiple studies,
Okay.
so you get a broader picture.
Gotcha.
And this one focused on ashwagandha and sleep.
Interesting.
And it found that ashwagandha improved sleep quality in adults with sleep disorders.
Okay.
But it didn't really affect their overall quality of life.
That's weird.
Yeah, you'd think better sleep would mean better quality of life, right?
I would think so, yeah.
That's a good question.
Why do you think that is? Like, why wouldn't better sleep make a difference?
Well, quality of life is complex, right?
Yeah.
Sleep is a big part of it, but it's not the whole story.
Right, there's more to it.
Think about it. Relationships, job satisfaction, personal goals,
Your environment.
even your environment, all of that plays a role.
So even if your sleep is better,
Yeah,
other stuff can still drag you down.
exactly. It can overshadow those positive changes.
That's a good point.
And it highlights that stress isn't just one thing, it's multifaceted.
Yeah, so many factors.
A whole web of things.
Now, speaking of stress,
Yeah,
what about anxiety? Does ashwagandha help with that too?
they did look at that.
Okay.
The review included another meta-analysis.
Okay. So combining multiple studies again.
Right, for a more comprehensive view.
And this one specifically looked at anxiety.
Yeah, and it found that ashwagandha had a positive effect on anxiety symptoms.
So that's good news.
Yeah. Another point for ashwagandha.
But I'm guessing the review didn't stop there.
You're right.
They probably talked about the current state of the research, right?
Exactly.
Like what we know, what we don't know.
Yeah. They emphasized that, even though these findings are encouraging,
Yeah.
we still need more research,
Makes sense. Always need more research.
especially when it comes to ashwagandha's impact on cortisol levels
Okay.
in healthy individuals.
Right. Like people who aren't already stressed out.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, they pointed out that there haven't been any large-scale meta-analyses focusing specifically on that question,
Okay.
which is the main focus of their review.
So basically they're saying, hey, we need more research on this.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so where does this leave us? Like for someone listening who's thinking about taking ashwagandha for stress.
What's the takeaway?
Yeah, what should they know?
Well, the evidence so far,
Yeah.
it suggests that ashwagandha has real potential, especially for lowering cortisol and reducing stress.
That's good.
And it seems like its adaptogenic properties are responsible.
Adaptogenic.
Yeah, it helps our bodies handle stress better
Okay.
by regulating the HPA axis.
The what?
The HPA axis. It's a system in our bodies that controls our stress response.
Oh, okay.
So ashwagandha basically helps keep that system in check.
Gotcha. So it's not like it just eliminates stress completely.
No,
It's more like it helps you manage it.
exactly. Helps you cope.
And the research on sleep and anxiety, it's promising too.
It is, yeah.
But we do need more studies to be sure.
Always.
And I think the most important point
Yeah.
is that ashwagandha isn't a magic bullet.
It's not a quick fix.
Right. Stress is complicated.
It's not just about taking a pill and poof, stress is gone.
Yeah, it's more than that.
It's about taking a holistic approach.
So what other things besides ashwagandha can people do to manage stress? Like what are some other lifestyle factors?
Well, that's a great question, and
It's something to think about.
yeah, it's something to explore further.
Exactly, and we can talk more about that in our next deep dive.
Sounds good.
But for now, we'll leave it there. Thanks for listening.
See you next time.